Hello Jacksons, welcome back to the channel. It's your one and only, of course, Seyi. I barely had any sleep. And when I say that, I'm not exaggerating. You can hear how my voice is sounding a bit cracky already. In this video, there is so much to offload that I have so much mixed feelings, and I'm going to try my best not to rush it this time and make you understand it, how the guys plotted against Ilebaye and ended up throwing all her clothes in the bathroom or the toilet, how Mercy Eke and Kidwaya allegedly did it in the bathroom and were caught even kissing, how what else, Angel and what's his name, Somadina fought and reconciled almost immediately in the same night, and so much more. So of course, if you're here right now watching this video, please make sure you watch it to the end so you get the full lowdown. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you're old but you've not subscribed, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share the video, and also share comments down below. It might be a very little thing for you, but it means a lot to me and I'll be grateful. Thank you. So let's get right into the full gist on this particular video. So earlier yesterday, when we saw that the housemates were randomly at different locations preparing for their wager tax today, we saw a time where Venita, Ilebaye'S, and Neo were in the same space in the pink room. Venita and Cross were doing the artwork for the Ouija task. Ilebaye'S and Neo were under the blanket, having conversations. And randomly, the gist was about Cross allegedly saying that Venita kissed him in an allegation. She denied it. But while that conversation was going on, she allegedly indirectly started talking with Neo, and Neo was also indirectly talking to her when it came to talk about the people Neo has been kissing in the house. Now, this is like the first time these two are talking in almost 2 weeks since they fought, and it's been a very agonizing moment for the both of them, especially Venita. So after the pool party, we saw where everybody was rejoicing, taking a sip of their drinks. There was Venita sitting around the dining, and then here was New Energy. He came from back and just hugged her tightly and was saying sweet things to her, that he missed her, that he was sorry. And then she was like, no, come to the front and hug me better. They hugged, and he kept talking to her, and Venita was just crying. Now, the details of those things he was saying was like him reaffirming to her that, you know what, we're not supposed to fight, you just didn't understand me, and that's why we've been going at each other, and it's not supposed to be with family. I love you, I've always loved you, I'll go all out for you. And she, while crying, she was saying, you've embarrassed me in public, I would fight for you anywhere, but you've embarrassed me like 3 times, and it's not supposed to be. That's not what family does. So that conversation that was like a beautiful ow moment was soon going to turn into a fight if Daddy didn't get to stop it. And it was Neo who ended it by saying, you know what, it's okay, forget about it, I've grown, I'm a grown man, I'm 29 years old, so we're not supposed to be doing this. While she was still complaining, he hugged her tight. I was like, we're good, everything is fine, and they settled, right? Moving on from that, we saw that the conversation about Kidwaya cheating and sabotaging the tax, an opportunity for he and Ilebaye to showcase himself during the Money Point last task yesterday. The conversation came up multiple times, and he went on to try and have a conversation with Ilebaye, but she wasn't having it. She didn't want to have a conversation with him because she didn't want to get triggered more. That's what I believe happened, that the girls who were on the same table doing, and one other lady were telling him to just go. Maybe he should come and see her tomorrow. She's not in the mood to talk, and that she might not even want to talk to him about it. Now, what really happened, like I said in a previous video, right? they agreed, according to Ilebaye, they agreed that they were going to do a task and showcase each other. He was now bringing names, and she was like, this thing, you're making it look like your own thing. He was now talking about the Kidwaya this, the Kid and Co, or Wire and Co, and she's like complaining about it. But she expected he was going to read her own write-up and her own contribution, and they would see how they would blend it. But when they ended up going to the platform to present, he ended up taking over the whole presentation, marketing himself, his brand, and that it was just him taking and using her, knowing that she doesn't necessarily have a full brand that she has grown yet. And this was her opportunity to also, get to do that. And then he stole the moment from her, that he doesn't need the money. She knows he doesn't need the money. He has rubbed it in her face. He hasn't even told her that if she disturbs him too much, he's going to give her the money so that she can shut up. I'm like, this is very political and rather controlling. This is literally what the Nigerian government ends up doing to people, and we overlook it. Kidwaya is such a bully and a political tyrant. That's what I feel, and he needs to be put in his place. Talking about the same Kidwaya, which I really don't care about. So as it is, everybody is shouting and begging, including Ebuka Obi-Uchendu, that Kayode, the head manager of the camera locations and directions in Big Brother's house, should be giving us all the intricate details that happens in the privacy of every nook and cranny in the bedroom and the bathroom. Now, of course, we know that the Nigerian rules indicates that it's an 18 show and people, the ordinary public, should not watch it. So I guess that's why it's been limited a lot. It happened in the Big Brother Titans last season, but if it was South Africa, we'll be seeing everything. So allegedly, and it was revealed and confirmed, it was alleged that Kidwaya and Knack kidnapped in the bathroom, but it was confirmed that Kidwaya and Knack actually kissed. Now, this was a kiss that she even confirmed that she was telling Frodd. She was like, I kissed this night. And that was like doing at dressing room, people are shouting and looking at the bathroom and telling them hey, and you were hiding and doing your stuff. So of course they shared a beautiful moment. I like I don't know how she manages to be kissing such a blob, a balloon. Excuse me, he's a very terrible person, so I'll use my words the way I want to use it. If you don't like it, take the back door. Now, talking about that, the same as Eke has spoken to Frodd, saying that she wants to have beautiful moments with him, and I'm like, hey, marriage will never go anywhere. You want to now destroy it with infidelity in the public eye of people. How many million people watching it in Nigeria and Africa? She said she wants to have moments where they will off light and go intense and have a beautiful moment. I'm like, anyhow they want to do it, they should end up doing it, because I really, really don't have the strength for all the chaos it's going to cause. And of course, that actually pissed Ike, who revealed to Seyi that he's so pained that when this kissing even started, it was Kidwaya kissing her on the neck. He's so jealous that it happened. But anyways, he's going to find a way to get his own pound of flesh or get his own kiss and smooshes. I'm like, I beg. I don't know who is even still voting you to still be in the show. Talking about the same Ike, he did something rather disgusting, unbelievable, and shows the level of, like, most of these guys don't know they are showing a lot of disgusting attitude and habits. And I don't know, first off, how Seyi's wife is going to even see him, even if she still loves him. Well, I don't know how they handle themselves, but I don't know who would really want to have anything serious with such a bitter soul as Ike. So y'all remember that Seyi and Ilebaye had an altercation. Now, it was revealed that what really happened, now this is from Seyi's perspective, that he was having a conversation with Alex, and each of them had dropped bottle of water. I don't know if it's drink or bottle of water. And then, Ilebaye came and took the one that she was drinking, he had kept it. Now, I believe she didn't know that it was his own, but it was drunk more than halfway. And then she collected the one from Alex and then gave Alex a new one. She didn't know who had that one, so obviously that's why she didn't give him a new one, right? But then that was when he was asking her, is she crazy? Why would she touch it? And she responded, are you crazy? Do I know that it's your own? And that's when they actually had their bitter altercation. Now, after that, we saw the moment where Kidwaya, Seyi, Ike, and Pere were having a conversation in the dressing room and planning and plotting how they were going to get Ilebaye evicted from the show. And there was only one way. They needed her to get tired and, choose to leave, which I really pray she does not, or better still, she'll get another strike. They want to trigger her by all means. Pere called her a bitch, and I was disappointed. Look at this person that is trying to make us feel for him, for the bad experience he has had in his life in the last two tasks when they said write about yourself, and he's saying this nonsense. I was disgusted. Another one calling her names. They all called her names and plotted what they were going to do to her, and then boom, all of a sudden we saw that while Venita and she were having a conversation in the dressing room, which I was also disgusted and disappointed in Venita. Venita was doing the fight. Instead of separate the both of them, she was saying nobody would insult Seyi in my presence. I'm like, how low can you get? How low and unjust and biased can you be? Now, moving on from that, Ike came into the dressing room, packed all of Ilebaye'S clothes and went to the toilet and threw them in a disgusting jam infected place. He did that, and Venita sat down there, watched him. She didn't stop him. Instead, she followed Seyi to stand up and say, oh, not a sign us, so let us leave this place. Wait, we're not a party to this. That's all? As a fellow lady, that's all? I was deeply disgusted. And that was when, of course, we later saw that what's their names? Oh, Somadina and Angel discovered it when Somadina was apologizing to Angel for how he reacted earlier that night. He was dragging her around the kitchen and telling her that she should not walk away from him, that he was telling her to stop talking to, or he didn't like the way she was in a compromising position with Frodd. And she was like, he called me for a conversation, I had to go, it's not a big deal. And he said he didn't want it, so he was even warning her that she should be careful what I want. He apologized, she accepted. They saw Ilebaye'S clothes and they were telling Pere to go and wake Ilebaye to come and see if she was the one who threw her clothes intentionally. Angel succeeded in bringing Ilebaye, and it was a shocking, heartbreaking sight to see that her clothes were all dumped in the toilet, and she cried her way back to bed. She didn't want to touch it. Pere came and was talking to the head of house and the BFFs, saying whoever did that is very extreme. I'm like, you were one of the parties who agreed to do her terrible things. So one way or the other, it's one of your guys that did this. So don't come and pretend here. And then, of course, they went in. Mesieke helped her pack it, and here was Mesieke, Frodd, and Pere having a discussion, saying that this girl is beyond redemption. I'm like, what kind of words are you guys using? Frodd, you're disgusting me with that. Like, what is that? All of you need the money. All of you are coming here. All of you are claiming to be yourself. And you're saying this is the worst. Let's hear from her about the drinks issue with Seyi, because most of them are now believing it's Seyi who did it. But I know Pere knows that it's one of the people. And I suspect that Mesieke knows it's one of this category of people that would have done that. And of course, it's just heartbreaking to see how terrible these people can be. I'm disgusted, to say the least. Anyways, we said we wanted a show, we're getting a show, and our emotions are, getting toyed with. Anyways, guys, make sure you subscribe, click on the bell button, share this video so that more people can get to see, it's an unbelievable night in Biggie's house. Stress, but I like to bring the content to you. See ya.